From time to time, you may find it helpful to take a specific piece of content and repeat it, maybe before or after a specific element in your HTML every time that element appears. On page 215 of your book, the content property is described. In this exercise on page 214 and 215, we're actually going to test it out. There's a specific element of our code that shows up on the rooms pages every time there's talk of what type of bed is in a room. That has been identified as a bed class. Now, if we go to our style sheet, we're going to add something new. According to step 4 in your book, we're going to add a style rule. Beds, and this should look just like the one selector above it, but we're going to put a colon in front of it, and this should start to look familiar to you, much like the pseudo elements we were talking about in the last exercise, and we're going to call this before. So you can probably intuitively figure out that this selector specifically says every time before beds exists, do or apply this particular rule. And the rule in this case is content and we're actually going to put the address of an image. In the images directory, there should be something called the bed icon. Now this could be any icon that exists, but in this case this is the one we want. So it's bed icon PNG. We'll close this out with a semicolon. We'll save the file. Go back to our rooms page. Remember, right now each of the lines with bed information is just simply text. Now when we reload the page, an icon of a bed shows up. This is exactly what should happen. Now I'm going to go back to the style sheet, and instead of the bed icon, I'm actually just going to put some text in there. Hello. This is the bed information. Save this, and then reload the page. Now in each of the spots where the icon used to exist, now that series of text that I just put in the rule exists. Doesn't really make much sense that way, so I'm going to go back to the style sheet, put it back to the way it was, save it, then reload this page, and now the bed icons are back in place. If you've completed this, you've now done everything you need to for this exercise, and you can move on to the next.